Dear friends, Bible is quite clear that the only temple in Jewish tradition is in Jerusalem. Any other temple is illegitimate and a sign of heresy or apostasy. But have you heard about the Jewish colony in Elephantine? Elephantine was a military fortress on the island in the Nile during the Persian period. It means in 5th century before Common Era. And there was a Jewish mercenary colony which thrived there. And around, because it is surrounded by desert, their writings survived, and writings of other people living there. And they are generally called Elephantine papyri. They started to be discovered from the end of 19th century through the early 20th century and translated, collected. Some of them found their way to Brooklyn Museum. There is a beautiful collection there, and occasionally they have a special show with those letters. But among those letters, there were some really interesting religious letters as well. And one particular or series of letters actually is dealing with the issue surrounding rebuilding of a Jewish temple in Elephantine, temple to God Yahu, which is a version of the name Yahweh. And they are asking for permission to rebuild and asking for support to rebuild this temple, which they claim used to stand there for quite a while, for generations. And we are also positive that it was not any kind of synagogue or something like that, because they are mentioning sacrifices of animals. And this is actually quite a big deal. Here we have an alternative Jewish temple existing as late as the end of the 5th century. And we even don't know how many there might be elsewhere in Babylonia or other places where circumstances were not so conducive of preserving writings or anything else. But clearly there is at least one alternative Jewish temple hundreds and hundreds of miles away from Jerusalem, as late as the 5th century, when Deuteronomy normally is supposed to be written and enforced, and clearly is not. Biblical book of Deuteronomy as if it hadn't existed, and either Deuteronomy was not enforced broadly, or it was not fully written or codified. We don't know, but that is something you might not know about the biblical Judaism.